So what is the best time to post on social media? Well, Fedica makes sure to post when your followers are online. Automatically, you don't have to think about it. But you can also target different time zones. So let's set that up. So here's the dashboard. Let's go to publishing and then to our content queues. Here's where you get to organize the content in your calendar, and you get to apply different schedules to those content groups. So let's check it out. Let's go to the hours section where we're gonna target people for our American audience. So when you're picking the times, it's going to be based on the current time zone you're in. This is where you select that, and it's automatic. But for here, let's make a schedule that's specific to our American audience. So you can also choose to pick the exact time within a week, Monday, Tuesday at like 10:55 a.m., for example, if you have a very specific campaign and you want it to run automatic. If not, you can target specific times in a day, and it'll go down to the hour level. And then within that hour, we're gonna pick what's optimized for when your audience is online in that time zone in that hour. So that's kind of how this works. So here's the automatic version. We have the days of the week here, and you can optimize it for different regions of the world. So we're gonna pick Americas. By default, your default schedule is going to be for all of your followers, optimized for when they're online. Now it's all of the American followers here, and here's the bubble chart of when they're most active. And once again, this is your followers, and as you get more followers, it's going to get more refined. So within the week, you can choose the days. You're going to select on for Monday to Friday, for example, if we want to keep it just within the week. And then you can also add how many days or how many posts within the day it's going to be maxed out with. So for example, your content queue, if you have it at 5 posts, but just on Friday you only want 2 posts, then it's going to limit that here. So for example, we are going to keep it open, so it's going to post as many times as we limit it to within the whole week, or if you want, you can pick the different chunks of the day by selecting different hours. So here on Tuesday, I want it to be in the morning, for example, and then within these chunks, it's going to pick the best time, once again, optimized for all of your followers or for that region. So that's kind of how it works, and you can see there's different levels of control here. So for me, I'm going to keep it automatic, just like this, so it's all set to go any time of the week, not the weekends, for my American audience. I'm gonna hit save. So at this point, you're all set. You have a schedule, and you can always post to that schedule, knowing it's gonna target those followers when they're most online. If you wanna make this more automated and even more mindless, you can create a content queue and then attach this schedule to that queue. So I'm gonna show you that right now, but you can always edit your hours in the calendar settings. But for now, let's go to the content queues section where we are gonna set this up. Okay, so once again, this is where you organize different kinds of posts, and you can attach those schedules to it. Just quickly, let's go create a post. I'm going to show you what you would do just to post to that schedule that we just created. So we have a LinkedIn post here, and you just click schedule it to the specific date, where you can just pick whatever day you want, and then you can pick that schedule. So the American audience is here. Now you know it's going to target those people, and it's not going to be a part of a content queue. Now, for the people who want to automate it further, if you're going to be doing this a lot, let's check that out. So go back to the content queues area, where you can manage your hours, you can manage your RSS feeds, and your content queues. So let's create one for the American audience. We can pick how many posts per day we want. Let's do 2. And this is important because you can always, you can bulk upload, you can put all of your posts in a queue, and then it's going to be split by how many posts per day. If you have it once a day, it's going to fill up the whole month. That way you can just create a bunch of content the start of the month, and then you don't really need to think about it for the rest. So we're going to pick our hours to the American audience here, so we know it's optimized and it's attached to the American followers content queue, and this just gives you an idea of how much control you can have over your content strategy across many platforms here. So we'll pick a color, and then you can repeat it if you want, and you can have a limit on it as well, like for specific announcements that's happening on a recurring basis. You can keep the queuing order so that every new post gets added to the end of the queue, and your automatic URL tracking is for your classic UTM parameters that you'll find when you do Google Analytics or other website analytics. Analytics. Anything in these brackets here are dynamic, so they are going to match the name of your content queue, for example, here. And then here it's going to be the social network if you choose to filter by those networks. For example, if you're going to be posting on LinkedIn and Facebook in this queue and then have it attached to that American audience, then you can do that, and it is going to match that in your Google Analytics so that when you check your website, you know where people came from, what type of content. So that means you can track visitors by the kind of posts that you're posting. So it's pretty cool. You can get so deep into it like that. And then of course you can shorten your URL as well, so you hide all of these details in the link in your post. So here you go. We have the new American followers pipeline here for 2 posts a day, and it's going to be using the American audience targeting with that schedule. And so all you have to do at this point when you go back to scheduling is the same thing as picking a schedule, but this time you're going to pick the queue. Let's put some content in there. We're going to make a LinkedIn post and we're going to send it to that content queue. So click schedule, hit the content queue, pick the one that you want, knowing that this is attached to that schedule, the American audience schedule, and we're going to send it to that queue. And let's go to the calendar. We can see it here. It looks like around this time is the best time to post for our American audience, so it's going to do that. And of course, when you have them organized in these different colors, you can reorganize them there, you can move them around, you can swap them around, and so that gives you full control with different groups within your calendar, so that you have a strategy that's pinpointed and it's targeted across all of your social media platforms. So in short here, I just showed you different ways we can target and create strategies, create different content types for different platforms, for different audience groups around the world automatically, so that you can just dump your posts into these different queues, and you know that it's automatically going to target at that schedule that you created. So once again, if you don't want to be targeting different people around the world and you want to create a campaign, you can do that. You can set up a schedule and you can pick specific days, like if it's once an hour every single day, for example, or if you have a big campaign and you're going to lead up to something throughout a day, a week, a month, however you want, you'll set that up here and you'll create a queue. You'll attach it to it, and then at that point you just have to schedule all your posts. You can bulk upload your posts, and they're going to automatically organize to these schedules without conflicting with your other schedules within the calendar in those groups of those queues. So if you have any questions, let me know. Happy to help, and thank you so much.